Reactive Training Systems.
What's up, this is Jim with Reactive Training Systems, and today we're going to talk about a question we got on our Q&A on the RTS Instagram. If you're not following Reactive Training Systems on Instagram, you're missing out on getting your questions answered. So follow us there, ask questions, and hopefully you'll get them answered weekly. The first question I want to go into is how to dial in RPE for novice lifters, for people who are just getting into training or people who are new to utilizing RPE in the first place. Many people come from percentage-based programs and they're not sure how to transition into RPE and how to utilize it. If you're unaware, RPE stands for rate of perceived exertion. And there are three things that are going to help you to dial in your RPE when you first get started. The first one is utilizing video. Record your lifts often. There's a lot of studies demonstrating that recording yourself for self-feedback can help you to dial in your RPE. The second is to ask yourself, whenever you're rating your RPE, you need to ask yourself, not how many reps can I do in total or in a general sense, but how many reps can you do at the slowest part of the lift. If you fail a lift, that's going to happen at the slowest part. So if you're rating your RPE anywhere other than that slowest portion, you might be off. So what we want to do is, after each set, you're going to ask yourself, how many more repetitions do you have at the slowest portion of the lift? And if you're not currently aware what your slowest part of the lift is, that's where the video comes in. So these two tie together. Dial in where the slowest portion of the lift is for you, and then immediately after the set, ask yourself, how many more repetitions do you have? And the third thing you can do to help dial in your RPE when you first get started is to utilize your friends, people who know you better than anyone else. If you can do that, you can really combine video, you combine what you're actually looking at with RPE, and you can ask your friends, hey, how many more reps do I have here? Does that look as hard as I thought it was? If they say no and they know you well, they've been training with you for a while and they know what you're capable of, you can build trust with yourself and using them as kind of like a launching pad for your own competency with RPE. And the last thing, and this is a side note, but also very important, is to throw away perfection from your idea of your training program. When you're using RPE, it's not about getting perfect with your own scale. It's about working towards fully understanding what you're capable of and where your limits are. If you have an RPE 7 lift, RPE 8, RPE 9, RPE 10, the range in which you can be wrong there is pretty high. You can think a lift is RPE 7, but it's actually RPE 8. You're never going to be completely certain unless you actually test your 1 rep max for that day. The key with RPE is that it's testing your estimated 1 rep max. It's an estimation, so we don't need to be perfect. We just need to have a gauge that's consistent in the long run so we can gauge whether or not what you rate to be an RPE 7 is improving. Over time, we can dial this in, we can use video, or if you want, you can get a Tendo unit. Adding other objective measures should help you to dial in your RPE. But again, perfection isn't important, and I want you to throw that out. Working towards the process of improving your understanding, that's the point. That's why we have RPE. Getting yourself to learn more about yourself is a process. You're not going to know that when you first start training. So if this is one of the reasons why you don't use RPE, hopefully this video can help you and you can get started. If you need more information on how to use RPE, you can check the reactivetrainingsystems.com articles, and we have a pretty good list of articles for you to use to learn more. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
Reactive Training Systems.